Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. Here is the Q&A videos that I promised. I'm gonna see how many I can bang out in this video, and then if I need to do a few more, then I will. But here is the long overdue, awaited Q&A video. So if you just see me looking to the side, I'm just reading all of the kind of like questions, because there are a lot, but that's okay, guys. I appreciate it. So here we go. The first one. What's the biggest regret that you have made? I don't know. I think the biggest regret that I think I've made is not focusing on myself first for a very long time. I kind of like punished myself. I didn't love myself, so I didn't take care of myself. I kind of like let myself go for a very long time. I did not some nice things to myself, and I think that's the biggest regret is not facing my trauma and focusing on myself when I should have. I wasn't ready. I know that, and it can't be really a regret if I wasn't ready. But I just feel like that's kind of like a regret. Like I things might have been a little bit different if I was ready to kind of face my trauma and focus on myself. But I can't live in the past, and I can only focus on the now, which I am doing now. If there's anything you could wish for or to talk to you again, what would you say to them? Even if it's like a couple of people. I would definitely want to speak to my aunt again, who passed away almost 10 years ago. I would definitely just want to speak to her, and kind of when she passed, I was literally just beginning my journey of facing my trauma, and being on medication and kind of just feeling comfortable in my skin. And it's been a long journey. So 10 years has passed basically, and there's just so much I want to share with her, and just learn more about her if I could, now that I'm older. I'm almost 30, so there's a lot that I want to share with her, or just ask her advice, or just, I don't know, just hear her voice, Honestly, another person would be, just to be honest, is Captain B. I wish I could speak with him again. I know that's kind of weird, but he's alive. And he was my best friend for a very long time, and it just sucks that we're not even on speaking terms anymore. So yeah, I just wish I could speak with him again, but I am comfortable with not. It's okay. What are 3 principles you would want to pass on to your children? Oh, respect. Like respect to other people and respect to yourself. I think that's really important. Those are, I mean, it's basically one and all, but I think those are really important things to pass along. I've definitely learned, like, I grew up respecting my elders, respecting people, and I think that's really an important thing. Respecting myself, that came with time and learning, and I really want to pass that along to my children, my future children. There are basically, every generation passes along something, right? From what they learned from their parents, and so on and so forth. And some, you take and you move on and you pass down the line, and some you want to break. I think respect is like a big principle that I want, and honesty. I think that's really, really important. Even if it's bad, I always want, like, my future children to feel like they can be honest with me and communicate. Um, I think that's really important, you know. Not that my parents didn't pass that along to me, it's just, I don't know, I just kind of isolated myself for a very long time, and I think that being honest with my parents and my family in the beginning might have been a little bit different of an outcome, but I didn't know how to be honest and share that. Um, you know, those are really the two big principles I want to pass along, is honesty and respect. Let's see. What else? Would you describe yourself as a spiritual person? And if so, how does that shape your life? I would think so. Like, I think I am. I kind of respect religion. Like, I don't mind talking and learning about different religions. You know, I do believe there's something out there kind of, I guess, watching over all of us, if that makes sense. I just think that it shapes me in being like a more open person and open to different things. I'm not just stuck in, or I shouldn't say stuck, but I shouldn't, like, how am I? I'm just trying to phrase this. This is, you know, this is why I like doing these like non-editing versions, because you just talk. Where was I? Yes, ADD brain. Not stuck, but I want to say like focused on one particular religion. I'm very open to learning and communication and just knowledge about different things, and I just feel very connected to nature and animals, and I think that's just kind of what it shapes me into just being an open person. What is your biggest mistake, and what have you learned from it? I think my biggest mistake was jumping into a new relationship at such a young age. I think that, not that I was pressured, I just felt very alone in a way. You know, I've talked about this in other videos, how it looked on the outside that I didn't see, that, you know, my brother had all these great things, that my parents were focusing on my brother, you know, and he's 2 years older than me. And just from, you know, not, I wouldn't say mature, but just at a young age and that kind of naive. And, you know, I just felt very alone. And then when a boy came along and said, you know, they liked me and all that stuff, I think I jumped the gun on that just because I was lonely, and it was just nice for somebody to see me, I guess, that wasn't like, you know, hard on me or whatever. I think that's kind of one of my biggest regrets and mistakes that I made, was that I jumped into love at such a young age. Who has been the biggest influence on your life and decisions? I definitely want to say, like, my parents, you know, they have always been a big part of my life and always will be. They've caught me when I fell, you know, they've allowed me to spread my wings, and then kind of, I know, you know, it was probably hard to see them, what I was going through, the way I was acting, but, you know, they opened their hearts again to me, you know, they allowed me to make mistakes, you know, they were there and ready when I released my book, and they asked questions, you know, it's tough, it is tough growing up, it is tough being a teenager, it is tough being an adult, making all these life decisions, and I think my parents have been the biggest influence, where it's, you know, where I'm being stubborn and not listening to their advice, and I had to learn the hard way, you know. That's just kind of, I think, the biggest influence that's been in my life, the good and the bad, from, you know, my parents, and I'm very thankful for it. What did you study in college and why? Oh boy. So, I talked about this briefly. So for a while there, I was really big in cooking and baking. That was kind of like my passion for a very long time. And because of my ADD brain, I took on a lot of trades. So my high school was a trade school, which means they were very like hands-on. So we had like hairdressing, we had childcare, woodwork, metal shop, auto. We had a lot of hands-on baking and cooking. And I got very hands-on with baking, cooking, hairdressing, childcare, and auto. I was very, very hands-on, and I ended up getting a scholarship into baking and cooking, which was basically a culinary scholarship. And I went to college for that for a little bit, and then I adapted the peanut and nut allergy and celery, which is an interesting allergy, but I did, and it just made things very hard. I mean, I did a video about that. I went through a lot of shit there too, so that was one of my passions, and I was really sad that I had to let it go because the chefs that I was under didn't really want to work around my allergies, and it was just very hard. I was spending a lot of time going to the hospital and stuff for allergies. I did get severely burned too. I got second-degree burns to my hands, so that kind of made the decision to bow out. And I didn't take time off. I basically jumped into another program, which was ECE, Early Childcare Education, which was another passion of mine. I know I'm saying a lot, sorry. So yeah, I went to school for that for a very long time, for college, and then, not that it was a college course, but I literally just finished another kind of like trade, I guess I would say trade like program, which was for dog grooming. So I've been around. But yeah, I mean, those were kind of my main passions for a very long time, and I'm glad that I found a career that I'm thoroughly enjoying right now. I mean, not that I didn't enjoy baking and cooking, I still love it. Childcare, I was involved in for a very long time, but it really honestly got too political within the schools, within daycares. It was just it was a mess, and it was, you know, very stressful and not good for my mental health. So I literally just got out of childcare when COVID hit. I was a nanny basically for 3 years, a live-in nanny basically, which gave support with ECE, teaching and all that stuff, life skills. And yeah, when COVID hit, I had to take a pause on that, and then I found basically dog grooming and dog hotel, and I just fell in love with that, and now I'm in that full time. So yeah, that was basically a long conversation. What is your favorite place to run away to? Oh, that's fun. Honestly, I would say anything to do with like trees and forests. I really love my uncle's farm. He has a tree farm, and it is just absolutely beautiful there, and I just love going there. And just escaping. There are trees for miles and miles, and it's just really good to just escape and be there, one with nature. But anyways, anywhere that has lots of trees, and yeah, just being with Mother Nature. Basically, that's where my happy place is to escape to. What do you do to cheer yourself up? Oh. Honestly, I either read, I write, I play video games, I watch movies and TV, just simple, honestly, simple things. Or occasionally I will buy stuffed animals. I don't know why, they just make me happy. And every once in a while I'll buy a new one, and it will cheer me up, and I'll just add it to my collection. Yes, I'm a child at heart. Bear with me. But, yeah, that's kind of just simple things. Honestly, simple things cheer me up, to be completely honest. I'm a very simple human being. How do you like to receive love? Oh, I don't know. For a very long time, I had, it was hard to give physical, intentiveness, in a relationship, like cuddling or like hugging for a long period of time. I mean, I love holding hands. Honestly, just being open and having conversations late at night, just cuddling on the couch, I'm very comfortable with now. Um, just basically just hanging out with, loved ones. That's what I do. In a relationship, it's basically the same thing. Just being silly. I don't know, just open. I'm not very, like, particular, but I want to say, like, a big win with me is for physical affection. Um, it took a very long time to get comfortable with cuddling or holding hands for a very long time, or hugging. That went for like anything, like hugging or yeah, holding hands with basically anybody was even family members. Like getting hugs from family members. It was a honestly it was a challenge for a very long time to get like comfortable after being in an abusive relationship. But I have grown on that, and I am very comfortable with hugs and cuddling and holding hands now. That's just me. Um, who knows you best? Honestly, that would be Captain B. He has always known me best, but since he walked out of my life, I would just have to say probably Sean. Sean knows me best. I've talked about him before on here, and Dave and Will. The three of them have known me best. Kyle, who's no longer with us, they know me best. Yeah, I would say. But it would all honesty, it will always be Captain B. He knew everything about me, and he loved me for a time. So there's that. But yeah. What are you most attracted to in a guy? Oh, I would probably slash Gorder too. Personality. I mean, honestly, if you're able to be silly, serious, whatever, and just have a good time and not act like you have a stick up your butt, I think that's just very attractive. Like, just being silly and not stuck up, and you can just be yourself. That is very sexy to me. Yeah, I'm just a very, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm very, like, I'm not in, like, I don't know. Just, yeah, it's very sexy when somebody can just be themselves and silly and have a good time and not worry about, like, what it looks like on the outside and stuff. It's very attractive to me. So, I'm just going to scooch you guys over because I have to scroll down and look at these comments because I'm looking from my computer where I made these notes. And, yeah, we are scrolling. Just going to move you to the side. So there's a question that makes it very an interesting one about mental health. So this is just my opinion. This isn't like a right or wrong answer. It's basically what would I prefer, like a psych ward, basically at a hospital, or like community groups or community centers, not community centers, but like mental health facilities. What would I think I would prefer? So, I was never in a psych ward. I never got that bad for me, but I did do mental health centers, especially when I was working at a childcare unit facility. We worked really good within those community areas and outreach programs, and I just find that that's just a more relaxing kind of areas or centers or facilities or whatever you want to call it to deal with mental health, whereas like hospital units, because I hate using psych ward, like I hate it. like hospitals, I think they're very like in and out. Like they just want to like give you medication, they just want to label you and then get you out. They don't really take the time. You're more of a number when it comes to that. Now then again, like some centers, they're the same way. You just have to find what's best for you. So personally, centers worked best for me when helping deal with mine. With my trauma, I was able to meet with a good psychologist there, trauma specialist, and they really helped me. But again, that's not all for everybody. That's not everybody's cup of tea. I feel like you guys are sliding away from me. Um, but yeah, I think that's what worked best for me. And then again, it just might not work best for somebody else. You know, it preferably find what works for you in the long run. Whether it's that's doing something online, whether that's the hospital, whether it's a center, it's whatever you're totally comfortable with. It basically can't be, I guess, for everybody. You know, you just have to find what works for you. I know that's not really, I guess, a good enough answer, but in all honesty, that's kind of like how I feel. And that's what you guys were asking, so. And then somebody asked, like, is everything okay? Like, you haven't posted in a while, and yes, everything is okay. My last video that I posted kind of let you guys know where I was. Just dealing with a lot of stuff. So, yeah. But I'm okay. I'm good. How do you cope with stress? Oh, basically, yeah. I'm a very internalized person, so I like to bottle everything up, which isn't good. I know, it's not healthy. But honestly, I've been working on that. And how I like to deal with stress is a really, really hot shower, sometimes some comfort food, and a good cuddle in bed with a stuffed animal. I know that sounds very childish, but it is. And like a really good show, a really good movie that I'm into, and I'm good. That helps with stress. It's the simple things. Before it was like pressured of like going to the gym and releasing your stress there, or doing what everybody else is doing. And honestly, I just find like the simple things for me with dealing with stress is just the simple things. And I'm moving you guys over again because I have to scroll down to read some more questions. Excuse me. Sorry, I have a little bit of heartburn, guys. It's a hot mess. What happened between your friend for him to stop talking to you, and how are you coping with it? Are you managing to avoid talking about it? Yeah, I touched a lot about this in the other video too. I honestly still don't know what happens to this day. Maybe I'll never know. Like I said, just one day he up and decided that was it. He was done. I'm coping with it a lot better than I was a few months ago. Almost a year ago. Good damn. Time flies. I'm doing a lot better. It still sucks. Like I said in the last video, there's like a hole that's basically missing in my life, but I'm doing a lot better to cope with it. I am working a lot, to be honest. And I think for me, it is healthy to kind of like look back and think about it on occasionally, but not full on, like just dive in and just constantly overthink things. I know I could have been better. I did some things that weren't, I guess, tolerable, or whatever. But, you know, nobody's perfect. You can't have a perfect partner. You know, everybody makes mistakes, and nobody's perfect. And, you know, I'm comfortable with knowing that, and it is what it is. But, you know, I do think of Captain B from time to time, guys. I mean, he was a part of my life for over 21 years. There's no kind of like just shutting that out and walking away. You know, I have certain things that bring back memories, books that bring back memories of our time together throughout all these years. Going through like old yearbooks or pictures and stuff, it's tough. It sucks because you're like, wow, this person was like such a part of your life and now they're gone, but still alive. It's kind of sometimes hard to process, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it, guys. I'm fine. Some days, you know, are harder than others, but that's kind of what life is. What is your favorite song? I have so many, guys. I don't even have like a favorite song. Like I bounce from music to music. Right now I've always found a place with country. But I'm kind of really digging the new country kind of vibe, and I don't really have a favorite song because I have so many, to be honest. Yeah, there's no favorite song. I'm kind of like into everything but rap. I mean, I kind of listen to Eminem from time to time, but I'm not a big rap person, guys. I'm not a big, like, yeah, into that music, but I'm very open to a whole bunch of other stuff. Does other people from your past still try to contact you? And if you guys are talking about, like, the situation, I talked about this in the last video too. Yes, from time to time they still do try to contact me. They just like to remind me that they are out there. And yeah, that's, you know, that's probably never going to go away, and I don't know why they're still hunkering down with that shit, but here we are. But yes, short answer is yes, they still do try to contact me, unfortunately. What is currently your favorite show or movie? That's a tough one because, like I've always said, like I'm a big Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter fan, and The Hobbit. That's all wrapped up into one. But currently, my favorite show I'm watching right now is Gotham. Gotham is based on the DC characters of, like, the Penguin, the Riddler, Bruce Wayne. There's a whole bunch of other characters in there. The Joker. And it honestly took a different spin on these characters. It lasted for 5 years, I do believe. Yeah, there's 5 seasons, so 5 years. I'm kind of digging that show right now. Like I always did when it came out in 2000 and I want to say 14? Yeah, I want to say 2014. But I don't know. Sometimes I just like the darker show. So, good Lord, Jess. Speak English. But yeah, I'm thoroughly digging that show right now. I'm binge watching it when I can. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm into right now. But my heart will always belong to, like, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and The Hobbit. That's kind of where my heart is right now. What is your favorite video game to play? I am a big Halo and Gears of War fan. I've always been, I grew up, to be honest, watching my brother play those games, mostly Gears of War. And I was always kind of, like, nervous, because I would always die when I played those when I was younger, but, a few years ago, got into them, learned all the controls, and I thoroughly enjoy those storylines, to be honest. I always like a video game with a good storyline. That's just kind of who I am. I guess that's like the writer and the reader in me. But yeah, I'm thoroughly into, like, the Halo and Gears of War series. I got all the books. Yes. So I read those, and yeah, those are kind of like the games I go back and forth to. There's one question on here that I kind of want to make a separate video on because it's a heavier topic. And it's definitely a heavier topic that I do want to make a separate video on, and kind of just have it sit down and do like I do, a journal entry, and just have an open conversation about it. It's scary. It's going to be an uncomfortable conversation that we're all going to have. I mean, basically me talking, that's fine. So I'm just looking for other, my page disappeared, so, there's that. So I'm just kind of looking for, where I stored the questions. My screen went to sleep. But yeah. Okay. I think that is all the questions we are here to cover today. But yeah, sorry, lost my train of thought there, guys. My bad. Yeah, the kind of like last topic, there we go, question, I do want to make a separate video and have a conversation with. I don't know if it's gonna, I'm gonna have to word the title very carefully because I don't want it to be like taken down. But yeah, I want to have an open conversation about it and then kind of just speak about it because I've kind of been, I don't want to say too much, but yeah, I can relate to it and have like an honest conversation about it. But yeah, nothing scary, guys, don't worry. It's just about being honest. Honesty, yep, that's me. And like you guys know, I am not afraid to talk about anything. That's just who I am, you know. I will touch on all subjects. So let's just say that. But you guys have been with me for like 32 minutes, almost 33. Guys, I appreciate all the questions. I am sorry again that it has taken me so long to do. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will be doing, like I said, more videos frequently. So even if it's like I'm having a topic, I'm doing my journal entries, and like, you know, one of your questions relate to it, I will just throw it in there, or like at the end of a video, I'll just answer a few questions there. I kind of like having that kind of, I don't know, I think they're fun. I'm sorry, I like it. Even if they're like kind of awkward to answer to, I don't mind. I do not mind, guys. But I want to say thank you for being along on this journey, guys. It has been a couple of years, and I'm just kind of proud of this community that we're building. And I know, you know, because of my health and things going on personally, my videos haven't always been as frequent, but I still love the support that you guys give this channel and this community that we're all building together. Even if we're a small little unit, I just love that. I honestly love, yeah, what we're building together, because I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys. I'm just very thankful that you guys feel safe in this community. And I see all the emails, I see all the instant messages that you guys send me, and I'm very appreciated, and I love you guys all for that. So I'm just going to leave this video here, and I will see you guys next time. I do believe my next video, I'm planning on it being the conclusion of our true crime case of the Amanda Todd. Not conclusion, I mean that's going to kind of be a case that we're always going to be talking about if there's updates, but the main conclusion to the case, and then hopefully a more journal entry, and then I might do another true crime video, guys, because you guys seem to like those. So definitely we got options, guys. We got options. Anyways, remember, guys, never give up, always keep fighting. You're enough, and you're very much loved. Until the next video, guys, see ya, and stay safe. Bye.